Okay, good afternoon. This is Dayalan Sribalan. Without delaying, I'm going to go straight to the topic. It's a very informative video, full with informations. So please do share to everybody who needs to know about what is happening. This is the full update. It's a full update of the procedure which has been implemented by Singapore starting from today. I'm going to make this video in English so you can share it to those friends who are not Indian, of course. Okay, you can tag all your Chinese friends and all your Malay friends. We have called actually to MOM. We have also called to ICA, and we got few other informations as well. So it's going to be a very informative video. So please share this to everyone. Hi bro, Mr. David Marshall. How are you? Okay. It's going to be about the borders. Since from today, the quarantine has been increased from 7 days to 14 days. So how and what is happening and what are you all supposed to do? Okay. First of all, from today, if you are entering into Singapore, no matter who you are, if you are a PR, you are holding a work permit, you are a Singaporean or whoever you are, okay? If you are traveling from Malaysia going into Singapore on any pass, you will be required for a 14 days quarantine in their designated places. It means you do not choose where to stay. It will be arranged by the ICA department. Okay. The ICA department will arrange you upon your arrival in Singapore to your designated quarantine places. Am I getting this very clear? If you are coming in through PCA or if you are coming in through whatever way, okay, as long as you are going through the checkpoint, as long as you are going through the immigration of Singapore, ICA, the immigration will send you to the designated place for you to be quarantined. Which hotel is up to them. They will go according to their occupancy, okay? If it's full, they will go to the next hotel. That is how they are going to work, okay? So even PR will be quarantined for 14 days. The Singaporeans who are going into Singapore from Malaysia will be quarantined, and all work permit holders will be quarantined for 14 days. This is the first thing. Okay, the second thing is for people who has applied PCA, who came out from Singapore through PCA, you have applied PCA, you have paid your hotel money 7 days earlier, and you have paid for your for your swab test as well. Okay. So what is going to happen to y'all? When y'all go into Singapore again, you can't stay in the place that you have booked for the 7 days. When you came out from Singapore, you have booked a 7 days place for you to be quarantined when you go inside back, right? Okay. You can't go to that place for quarantine. You will be sent by ICA or by the immigrations to a new designated place which has been approved by the Singapore government. Okay. So now the question remains, who is going to bear this cost? Okay. Before that, let me explain to you how the process works. PCA is under, do you all know PCA is coming, it falls under which ministry? A lot of them, you all think it comes under MOM. Some people, you all think it comes under ICA. No. Okay. You have to understand something. PCA is actually from Ministry of Trade and Industry. Okay, get this very clear. PCA is from Ministry of Trade and Industry Singapore. MTI, Ministry of Trade and Industry. MTI. MTI is responsible, is in charge of PCA, not ICA. Okay, ICA is just an immigration department, which they are the front people when you go inside into Singapore. This is the first ministry that you see, ICA. Okay, this is the first government people that you see, which is the immigration. Okay, so PCA is not under ICA. PCA is under MTI, Ministry of Trade and Industry. Remember this, okay? So under MTI, you can't contact MTI. You can never contact MTI because Ministry of Trade and Industry doesn't hold a hotline number. They don't have a hotline number. So if you are calling regarding PCA to MTI, don't waste your time. You can never get any information through the phone if you call MTI. Okay? The only way that you can contact MTI is through email. You have to email to MTI. If you have any question regarding PCA, the only people that you can contact is only MTI, Ministry of Trade and Industry. And I'm going to give you the email address right now. So you all take down, and please, my admins who is monitoring this video, please put in the comment box and pin the email which I'm giving. Okay, it's COVID_safe travel enquiries at mti.gov.sg. I'm going to repeat that again. If you need, for those people who are having PCA, who has PCA, who came out from Singapore through PCA and going to go into Singapore, if you have any enquiry on PCA, the only place that you need to send your email is to COVID_safe travel enquiries. There's a S there, at mti.gov.sg. My admins, please put the email inside so that everyone can email to MTI. Okay, so now you are under PCA. You have paid for your 7 days quarantine before previously. So now what is going to happen? Okay, what is going to happen? When you go through Singapore immigration, the immigration ICA will direct you to a place to quarantine. Okay, to a different hotel. When you reach there, you will go under the quarantine. Okay, you will be at the quarantine at that time. After you have been inside the quarantine center, inside the quarantine hotel, that's where you need to negotiate. Your employer has to negotiate with MTI. Okay, the employer will negotiate to MTI, and the employer, you have to negotiate with your employer. Okay, if you're going under PCA, you will definitely go into the quarantine. You don't need to pay yet. Okay, you don't need to pay yet, but they will quarantine you first. Okay, after that, you have to discuss with your employer. Tell them to talk to MTI about this arrangement. How is it the employer is going to bear, or you have to bear, or MTI is going to bear, and your refund? Let me be very clear, okay? I've just spoke with MTI, I've just spoke with ICA, and also I've just spoke with MOM. This is what I'm saying here is very clear. Okay, ICA or the immigration, they do not know about the PCA arrangement. They don't know. MOM doesn't know at all, totally. What MOM knows is if you got a job in Singapore and if you are going inside Singapore upon approval from MOM, then MOM is in charge. Okay, under PCA, MOM is not in charge, ICA is not in charge. The only department which is in charge of PCA is Ministry of Trade and Industry. Don't waste your time to try to contact them because they do not have a hotline number. Is it very clear? So if you want to go inside Singapore on PCA, you can go in, no issues. If you have paid for your 7 days, go inside and talk about it when you are in your quarantine. Okay, you can negotiate that with your company and also with MTI. Or what you can do, you can even start to email MTI right now, questioning them about the quarantine that you have paid already through PCA. Okay, and what is the rules and regulation? MTI will only answer you through emails. Let me get this very, very clear. MTI will only reply you through email. If there's any question regarding PCA, the only person that you need to ask questions is Ministry of Trade and Industry. Don't go and Google, waste your time, get their numbers and call them. You won't get any answer. Trust me on this. If you need an answer, email them. Okay? People who are not related with PCA, like PR, people who are going in newly under MOM approval, you all don't need to contact Ministry of Trade and Industry. I'm not sure whether PR comes under that. If yes, PR comes under Ministry of Trade and Industry, then you can call them. Besides that, PR is also, you all also compulsory to go through 14 days quarantine. And the charges of 14 days quarantine is 2,000. Your swab test is 200. Okay, so altogether it's about 2,200 including your swab test. If you have paid your swab test, you have to tell that to MTI also. Okay, so I've made it very, 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 very clear. Okay, I hope you all understand this. The department in charge of PCA is Ministry of Trade and Industry, not ICA, not MOM. Okay, it's very clear. Then the next update which I want to give is your COVID swab test. Okay, the previous video which I did, I didn't indicate the date. Okay, Singapore government has informed that starting from the 27th, okay, beginning from the 27th of this month, which is this coming Friday, when you are entering into Singapore, you need to show them a test that you have done, a COVID test that you have done in Malaysia. You have to show the report of the COVID test that you have done in Malaysia. This COVID test report, this COVID test, you should take inside 72 hours. The previous video I said before 72 hours because the one statement was that, and we have confirmed it is inside 72 hours. Okay, so 3 days before you enter Singapore, in that 3 days you have to do this COVID test. Okay, before 72 hours, in 72 hours, inside 72 hours, you have to do a COVID test. And you have to do a COVID test. Sorry, the line broke down. You have to do a COVID test in 72 hours. Okay, and there will be a date of the test has been taken in that letter. I've just checked with few clinics in Johor Bahru. The results, it will be written the day you took the results and the day the results is out. So if you have gone to the clinic yesterday, so on that letter it will be written that you have taken the results on the yesterday's date. And when did you collect the results? If you collect the results tomorrow, then the date will be written there, collected after 2 days with the date over there. Okay. There's no government hospital is giving you the facility of to check your COVID. You can go to clinics, you can Google. One of the clinic that we have Googled and we have got information is Clinic Lee and Surgery. Clinic Lee and Surgery is at Taman Bukit Indah. Okay, Jalan Indah 16/5. And they have a branch in Jalan Mutiara, Taman Mutiara Mas. I think my admin can also put the address that they can go and do all these tests. Okay, and one is Clinic Mediviran. We have Clinic Lee and Clinic Mediviran and few other clinics as well. You all can find which is near to your house. And the charges are close to 250 over to 350. These are the charges for you to do the test. It's from 250 to 350. Okay, and the results is not an immediate results. It takes 1 to 1.5 days for you all to get the results from the clinic. So if you are going to go into Singapore, the best thing is 3 days before that. If you are going on Friday, if example today is Monday, if you are going in on Friday, it is the best for you to go and take 3 days before you enter, which is on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, Tuesday or Wednesday, because these results, it takes 1.5 days time. If you are going on Thursday, you won't be able to take the results and go in Friday. It is better for you to take 2 days earlier. The best is Tuesday. If you take on Tuesday, your results will be out maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. So you will be safe on Friday for you to go into Singapore. If you do not have COVID test at KPJ Lakin is 388, which is very expensive. We have few clinics like Clinic Lee is only charging 330 and Mediviran is charging about 300. Okay, so these are the few things. The quarantine, okay, let me stick to the PCR. Okay, you just need to go to the clinic and say, I need to do a PCR check because I'm going into Singapore. Most of the clinic who is doing PCR test in Johor Bahru, they are aware of what is happening in Singapore and they know what to do. Okay, so you need to get an appointment before. It's best for you to call the clinic 4 or 5 hours before you go, or 1 day before you go. Call the clinic, fix an appointment. You should be getting your appointment in 4 to 5 hours. Okay, like Clinic Mediviran is only doing PCR examination only in the morning until afternoon 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. After that they don't do. Like clinically they do all time, but you have to go in 3 to 4 hours before that. You have to call and make an appointment. Okay, so get this thing 3 days before. I mean, don't go before. I gave you example, if you're going on Friday, you do it on Wednesday or Thursday. Just check about the timing. Okay, and if you do not have this test done after the 27th, on the 27th, okay, which is coming Friday, from this week, Friday 27, if you do not provide your COVID test at the checkpoint in Singapore, you will be sent back to Malaysia. If you do not present your COVID test at the Singapore borders, starting from the 27th of November, you will be sent back to Malaysia. And remember, when you are sent back to Malaysia, you will go through a 14 days quarantine unnecessarily. So please, going into Singapore, make sure you have the COVID test with you, and upon checking into the hotel for your quarantine, then you negotiate about the payment with your boss or how is it, you have to do it there. Okay, if you have the time, then please do send an email to MTI, or the best thing you can do is tell your employers to arrange the quarantine. You have to start to call your employers, you have to start to call your HR to do all this. I hope this is very, very clear. Maybe at about 3 o'clock, I will do the same video in Tamil so that all the Indians also can really understand, because what I understand is the majorities who are working in Singapore are Indians. So I hope that video also you guys will share. So please share this video to all your Malay friends and Chinese friends as well. And what I say is, I think it's 95% accurate, because I've done all the homeworks. We have called all related government sectors in Singapore, and all the information which I've given is from the Singapore government itself. Okay, send address for COVID test, that I think we have sent earlier. Please check. My admins will do that later, brother Murugan Nathan. My admins will do that. If there's anything, any question regarding that, please don't hesitate to call Permas NGO office number. And please, to my admins, please put in the NGO number as well, the office number, and also the WhatsApp number. Okay, so be safe, get yourself updated. I think I've covered everything. Okay, take care. Bye bye, guys.